Welcome to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show, where you get advice you can trust from the Capital Region's leading experts in real estate and all related fields. From the latest real estate trends to the best mortgage rates, from curb appeal to home warranty, this is the talk show that will help you save and make the most when it comes to buying or selling your most valuable asset. Now, here's your host, broker and founder of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, the property shop, John Bevilacqua.
Good morning, everybody. Johnny G, good morning.
Hey, Memorial Day weekend.
What's up, my man? Beautiful weather right now.
Oh, boy,
I don't know if I like this style, like coming into the studio, not being rushed. Like I don't feel the excitement with the law firm guys.
Yeah, the Herzog people will be back next week.
Yeah, good for them, man. They never take it off. They're hard workers.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, you're right about the weather. Today, tomorrow, beautiful days. You got, something planned outside. Today, tomorrow's the day. Memorial Day Monday, not so good.
And your music choices were spot on. They were all the summertime blues, California girls.
The unofficial beginning of summer,
that's
right?
It. Yeah. That's it, man.
Yeah.
That's it. You can wear the white pants now. So listen.
Yeah,
for the fashion police, white pants are legal after
or the
Memorial
white shorts.
Day. That's right, white shorts. So, and Dave Mackenzie's got his white shorts on today. Actually,
that's right. Yeah,
but
they're blue.
They're blue. They're blue. I know.
As he quickly corrects us, they're blue.
It's a quick correction. Yeah, we got. I mean, we're going to be moving. That's the topic of today's show. It's moving, right? So
it's that time of year.
It is that time of year. But on a bittersweet note, Mr. Mackenzie's going to be no longer a New York State resident.
Oh.
So he is he's moving on. We're not sappy guys, so we're not going to get all in that sappiness. But we thought it'd make a good show because Dave is actually relocating to the great state of Georgia.
Right.
And he's been going through the whole moving process, right? Which I think is on the top 3 lists of most stressful things in a person's life to do is buying a home or selling a home and then having to pick up your stuff and move, right?
Oh,
so that whole process is, it can be a nightmare if you don't know what you're doing. And, Dave and I have been every week kind of like, hey, where are you at now? Like, what's left to do? And, we're just talking on the break, he's actually renting the house, for the next month that he's living in for, an exorbitant amount of money,
right.
which we just went through. Rents from the 1970s to where Johnny G was paying $110 to live in the Wade Loopy Towers.
Yeah, it was.
Now rents are $2,200 for a 1-bedroom. So it's crazy the way that that housing prices have gone up. And we could talk about that briefly, but before we do this, we're going to get into the joys of moving. We're going to hear from our sponsors on a quick break, and we're going to get right into it.
To schedule an appointment with John Bevilacqua to help you buy or sell your home, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. John will be right back with more of the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show here on Magic 100.5 and AM 590.
Hey, it's John Tesh. If you're thinking of selling your home, let me take the stress out of deciding which agent to hire. In the Capital Region, the agent I recommend is John Bevilacqua, founder of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty at the Property Shop. So for 2 decades, John has helped more than 2,500 families buy and sell the place they call home. That's a solid track record, one that's backed up by dozens of 5-star reviews. Hello. In fact, John is so confident in his marketing system to attract the right buyer for your home that he guarantees to sell it at a price and deadline you agreed to, or he's going to buy it himself for cash. And he provides that guarantee in writing. The agent I trust is John Bevilacqua, and he's the agent you should trust too. His name is his promise. Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. So write this number down. It's 518-957-SOLD. That's easy. 518-957-7653. Or go to JohnnyHasTheBuyers.com. I love that one. JohnnyHasTheBuyers.com, and you'll get your home sold guaranteed.
Finding the right mortgage can be stressful. What's really the best rate? Which term makes sense? Hi, I'm Ben Forcucci at Freedom One Funding in Latham. We work with 10 different lenders who provide 100 different mortgage products. I'll listen to what your needs are, and then I'll do the work to find the right option for your particular situation. We have special expertise in helping first-time home buyers. So eliminate the stress and call me today at 542-LOAN. I'm Ben Forcucci from Freedom One Funding, and I'll do the shopping for you. Call 542-LOAN.
Buying or selling the place you call home can be stressful. When you have questions, you don't want to wait for answers. Well, for 20 years, Kim Salerno and her team at Salerno Law have built a solid reputation with buyers, sellers, and real estate agents as fast, respectful communicators. They know Salerno Law will protect their rights and respond quickly when a question arises. Trust Salerno Law. Call 518-309-3404 and check out their 5-star reviews at SalernoLawNY.com.
If you're buying or selling your home and would like to schedule an appointment with John, call 518-957-SOLD or go to JohnnyHasTheBuyers.com. Now back to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Radio Show and your host, John Bevilacqua.
Okay, guys, we're back. I wanted to make the announcement before the break. This is a call-in show, so if you guys have any questions relevant to real estate, you want to talk about your past moving experiences, what your truck driver was like for the move, give us a call.
Yeah.
518-476-5900. That's 518-476-5900. We are live on the air. We're here to bring you guys the most up-to-date real estate information, tips, tricks, market condition, hacks, how to get your home sold or you buying a house or needing to move, and we're here for you guys. So it's what we've been doing for, almost 20 years now. Dave's been doing it for a decade. A lot of real estate experience in the studio. We're not bragging. We're just applying for the job of helping you guys buy or sell a home. So listen, before we get into the whole moving experience, Dave and I got a couple properties we want to talk about that we want to feature on the show today. Dave's got a property in Mackenzie. Dave, you want to tell us a little bit about that, the horse farm?
Yeah, absolutely. 4755 New York 50 up in Gansevoort.
Okay.
Fantastic property. Over 4 acres, nice updated ranch. It has a 2-stall horse barn with full tack room, a very large metal workshop building that's fully insulated, 25 by 40 feet. It has another tonneau covered shed. I mean, this place has everything you need for a couple horses and some easy living. Maybe 10 minutes to the track. Just an absolutely beautiful property.
Awesome. It's pretty set back too, right? Like there's a long driveway.
Yep.
Okay.
Set back.
4 acres?
A little over 4 acres.
Oh,
yep.
Beautiful. And
Gee, I'd take it.
yeah.
And you're right off exit 16, right?
That's right.
Right off exit 16.
Easy.
Yep. Ranch house, right? So single level living.
Single level living with full basement, big deck, fenced in backyard. Beautiful property.
Beautiful. Give us a call if you guys are interested in hearing more about that. 518-957-SOLD, 518-957-7653. Speaking of ranch homes, I'm actually working an open house this morning as the last order of business before the Memorial Day weekend. We got an open house at 1236 Copeland Avenue in Schenectady. This is another rancher house, single level living at its best. It's about, like a 3-minute walk to Steinmetz Park just off of Rosa Road. You know where that is, John?
I'm trying to visualize it here. I don't get into that end of town a lot.
Yeah, it's on the Niskayuna border, but it is still Schenectady. It's a great little house, 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath.
Right.
Beautiful floor plan. It's got there is like a half set of stairs that goes up to the 3rd bedroom, but would make a good den office conversion.
Yeah.
Eating kitchen, little drop down into a living family area, sliding glass door, beautiful backyard.
Right.
Freshly poured back patio. Great little house. We're going to be there from 11 to 12. We keep them short and sweet with our open houses.
Yeah.
So you snooze, you lose on this type of stuff. So
there you go.
Come on down. Come see me. 11 o'clock, I'll be there, and then I'm out. So if you want this house, it goes down from 11 to 12 today.
Sounds like something that'll go quick.
Yeah, $249.9 is the price.
Oh, yeah.
Great price point. So we already have tons of showings scheduled. So
Great.
if you guys want to know more about those properties, give us a call, 518-957-SOLD, 518-957-7653. And if you want to call in, 518-476-5900. That's the Magic Studio hotline. So Dave, kind of sad here, this might be your last show, at least in person, for a while.
We'll
right?
see.
I'm sure you'll be calling in from Georgia because you're going to miss us.
You can do that. Yeah.
Right?
I will miss you.
But hey, you know what? This is the perfect opportunity to let folks know kind of some do's and don'ts about moving. And I know, Dave, we've talked about this at length, but give us some ideas here. Like, how did this all start in terms of you guys made the decision you're going to make the move? How did you start planning for it? Because that's the number one thing is having a plan, right?
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, once we made the decision, we found a house down there, put our house under contract. That's when the pressure starts, right? Okay, what are we going to do here? And
well, the funny part, I don't mean to interrupt you, but you're a real estate agent going through the buying process.
I am.
How stressful was this?
You know,
right?
it's stressful in the fact that, I mean, in Georgia, it's a much different process. Okay. So understanding, but you know what? We got a great realtor down there, Tina Tigey. I'm sure you're not listening, but fantastic job down in Atlanta for us.
Oh, great.
She was wonderful because it is much different, and people probably don't realize that, but every state is different in the way that the process works. So, but yeah, it doesn't matter that I've sold hundreds of houses in the last 10 years. It's stressful when it's you, and it's good to go through that. You know, obviously we've gone through buying a house before, so understanding the process, but understanding the emotions that our clients go through, that's an important thing.
Absolutely.
I think we've discussed that on a previous show. Like, your realtor should have bought or sold a house before for themselves, just so that they can understand what you're going through. The compassion is there. But getting back on track here, when we finalized all that and we got under contract, well, now it's time. We have to start doing things, and I think number one is you've got to have a plan. Have to have a plan of, okay, how are we going to do this? And we're not just moving across town, which is a little different, right? We're moving across the country. So
yeah, there's a couple kind of moves, right? Like, packing up your own car and then moving your stuff into a small apartment versus moving cross country.
Yeah, every time I've moved in the past, it's, we'll get a U-Haul, we'll fill it up, and it'll be a day thing, no problem. Now we've got some other things to do. So getting your plan together, having a checklist, what you're going to keep, what you're not. Casey, my wife, what a rock star she is. Yeah. She is, she's just so good at all of this stuff, but she's been purging the house of things. Facebook Marketplace is at our door every freaking day.
Right.
Anything that she thinks we don't need is getting sold, and then there's a whole bunch of stuff going to garage sales. There's stuff that's just going to end up getting thrown away. But getting your house organized, decluttering, number one. What don't you need? And we've been in our house for 10 years. Yeah. The amount of stuff, and with 3 kids, 2 dogs, I mean, the amount of stuff that gets accumulated is mind-numbing.
Yeah.
So, our first step was really just getting everything organized.
Right.
What's coming, what's not. And the amount of checklists that my wife has and she's a paper and pen kind of gal.
Yeah.
We've got, it feels like notebooks full of what's coming, what's going, what do we need to do, where do we need to have it. So that's number one. Plan ahead.
The purge is huge because I always say this, and I've moved enough times in my life to know, like, you end up moving junk. Like, it's the last thing you want to do. Like, you're sitting there,
tell me about it.
Be like lifting boxes of, like, I don't even use any of this stuff.
No, we don't need
this.
Moving
it. Like, so it's like you got to get rid of that stuff.
But it's hard to purge, and you're right, John. Everybody does that.
It happens. It happens.
You bring stuff along you don't need, don't want.
Yep. So getting the decluttering done was huge, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And then, procuring boxes and getting tape and bubble wrap and everything else.
Did you guys have a budget in mind that you stuck to? I mean, I think budgeting is a huge part of moving.
That's tough.
Yeah, we did. And
that's good.
I'll tell you, one of the things that Casey did that I was blown away by was she found boxes on Facebook Marketplace.
Really?
I mean, they're not cheap when you buy boxes.
No, U-Haul?
Yeah, they are not cheap.
Boy, I bet I spent hundreds at Home Depot.
Oh, absolutely.
And and bought the tape and put them together. Oh, man.
So I'm usually the driver and the pickup guy for this kind of stuff. And and in 2 different occasions, she found boxes, one listed for free.
Okay.
Probably got 45 plus boxes for free.
Bad.
Nice.
And great couple. They just moved and said, listen, we were given these boxes and we just wanted to pass it along.
That's sweet. Because all your moving boxes end up in your basement. You don't ever use them, and you spent $200 on them.
Right.
Right?
That's right. Yeah. And then we went around, and she found a second one where we paid maybe $40 and got another 20-something boxes. But then Casey also, this was a great tip, is get some tape, color-coded tape. So we have 3 levels on our new house, so we have a different color for each level.
I see.
So every time we pack something up, you pop where's this going in the new house? And part of the reason we're doing that is not just for ourselves, but we went the movers route, and we're going to talk about that more
on
as well.
Second half of the show. That's the fun part.
Yeah, and because the movers don't know what you want.
Exactly.
So, you see, you write living room, and the movers are going to say, okay, which one's the living room?
Exactly.
Some guys ask, and some guys just throw it in any room.
Right.
So color coding is a great idea.
Yeah, so now we have a different color for each level, and then we have a 4th color for fragile.
Wish I'd have thought about that. That's great.
That's a
good idea.
I'm telling you, Casey knows it all. We need to have her on the show, probably.
Yeah.
That's right.
So organization's key. But listen, we're coming up on the break already. What we really, really want to dive into, and I think this is probably the most relevant part, I think, to the audience, is what is the difference right now between using pods or delivery-style moving options.
Or do it yourself.
Do it yourself, or do you hire a mover, right? So after the break, we're going to cover all this. Dave's got some good info on pricing, how it all works. Stay with us, guys, after the break.
To schedule an appointment with John Bevilacqua to help you buy or sell your home, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. John will be right back with more of the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show here on Magic 100.5 and AM 590.
Hi, I'm Matt Moore from Moore Insurance Services in Clifton Park. Let me take the stress out of quoting your home and auto insurance. We represent over 10 companies, which allows us to find the best coverage at the best prices. We've been helping families in the Capital District save money on their insurance for over 10 years. You can count on a quick turnaround as well as great communication every time. Give me a call at 518-280-1452 or go online to mooreinsurancesvc.com and experience the difference. That's mooreinsurancesvc.com.
Finding the right mortgage can be stressful. What's really the best rate? Which term makes sense? Hi, I'm Ben Forcucci at Freedom One Funding in Latham. We work with 10 different lenders who provide 100 different mortgage products. I'll listen to what your needs are, and then I'll do the work to find the right option for your particular situation. We have special expertise in helping first-time home buyers. So eliminate the stress and call me today at 542-LOAN. I'm Ben Forcucci from Freedom One Funding, and I'll do the shopping for you. Call 542-LOAN.
If you're buying or selling your home and would like to schedule an appointment with John, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. Now back to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show and your host, John Bevilacqua.
Okay, guys, we are back. Johnny G working the switchboards, hoping you guys can give us a call and tell us about your moving stories. 518-476-5900. We're sitting here with Dave Mackenzie. We're talking about getting your house sold or buying a house, and then the moving process that follows, which is incredibly stressful. It's incredibly nerve-wracking if you don't have a plan, you don't have a bucket, and budget, not a bucket. What do you need a bucket for? If you don't have a budget and you don't have a wife like Casey who is as organized as it comes.
With great ideas.
Yeah. So we kind of tackled that first half of the show. Second half of the show, I want to have Dave get into the cost factor and the choice of using the pods, using a mover, doing it yourself. And we're going to talk about that. But quickly, if you guys are looking to make your home sale easy, like we're showing you guys how to make moving easy, the solution we have is our Cash Offer program, right? Cash Offer Pro, it's what we have here at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. We can get you guys immediate cash offers, multiple cash offers on your home, no fix-ups, no open houses, no people, sitting in your kitchen, like flicking your light switches to make sure that everything. It's just really, really easy. We get you cash offers. We can close on your time frame. We can close within 3 weeks. We can close within 3 months. We can even rent you back your house while you're busy looking for the next house that you want to move into. So these cash offers are easy to get. 957-SOLD, 957-7653. You can actually go to our website and put in cash offer, put your address in there and get the cash offers right online. We actually would rather have you call us because we can actually amplify the cash offers that we give you by just having a quick visit to the house, snapping a few pictures, and giving our investors a great look at your house. We can give you the best cash offer possible. So give us a call if you guys are interested in the cash offer program. So, Dave, tell me, I was really kind of intrigued by this whole pod situation that you were telling about, right? So I didn't realize that this thing was such a hard sell when you call these companies. Like, tell us more about the experience.
Yeah, so we knew pretty much immediately we weren't going to go the do-it-yourself route. Driving U-Haul 15 hours didn't sound like fun to me, especially.
No.
Absolutely. We also have two cars, 3 kids, and 2 dogs, that was going to be a tough one. So we knew that we were going to use some kind of service to help us get our belongings down there. So first thought we had was the pods. It seemed like that's probably going to be the best way. They drop them in your driveway. You fill them up at your leisure. They come and pick them up. It's great. I know people who have done it, and Pods is not the only company that does it.
They seem obvious. It seems like everybody, when people are moving, it's sitting in the driveway and oh, this makes sense now. This is the new way to do it.
Right. Yeah. So we said, okay, let's get some quotes on this. And we called Pods first, and my wife actually called him because she's always weeks ahead of the game. And the guy on the line, gave the quote and said, "Hey, this is only good right now." You know the move, the hard sell.
Yeah.
The prices are only going up. If you wait a week, it's going to be more. If you wait a month, it's going to be a lot more. And of course, I told my wife, "Don't do that." So she gave me the prices. They seemed somewhat reasonable. It was more than I thought it was going to be. You pay by container.
Okay.
Right.
And a couple weeks
later, hundreds, thousands.
So
yeah.
Per container, it was roughly $4,000.
Wow. Okay,
so we would need at least two. So it's going to be $8,000, maybe a little bit under $8,000.
And they're going to pick them up and move them down to Georgia.
That's right. That includes.
Okay.
That includes.
So
them
you
picking
have
them up.
you have to make sure you're packing them right.
Correct.
100%.
So that's,
if you're paying $4,000 a pod, you better pack that
and
thing
they're transporting from here down to Georgia. I mean, you've got wow.
And with pods, that I believe that included a month of storage, so they would pick them up and move them. And if you had to keep them somewhere for a month, that would be that case.
Right.
Beyond that, I think you had to pay more if you needed them to be stored longer.
Okay.
So then we called a second company, and it was identical. The same exact hard sell, book it now, and I talked to the second company, and I've been in sales in my past life that were hard sales situations. I said, "Listen, guy, I know this price will be good tomorrow." He said, No, it's not going to be. Well, he finally at the end said, "Yeah, I'll make it good for 24 hours. If you need to call me tomorrow." And they were almost identical in pricing, roughly $4,000 a pod.
Now, was this the guy that you used to bartend with?
No, we're getting there.
Okay,
so it's another story, right?
Right. So at this point, I'm thinking this is more money than I thought it was going to be. I said, let me just get some full service mover pricing. So I went online. I requested 3 companies to call me. The first company booked a time. I was impressed. I said, great. It's a scheduled call. The other ones weren't like that. 1:00 comes around. My phone rings. It's an automated service saying it's transferring me. Great. And then it goes to a voicemail. I said, well, we're booking a time and you're not even there. So I said, I kind of pushed them to the side. Well, the next day I got a call from a company. And I picked up and I told him right up front, hey, I don't want this hard sell. I don't want the runaround. I don't want to do a Zoom call with you to take inventory of my house. I just want an estimate, a guesstimate even, just ballpark.
Is that what they're doing, Zoom calls to around the house?
So this guy, before he gets into it, says to me, you live in Ballston Lake for a while? I said, yeah, I've been here most of my life. He said, I think I know you. And this guy's calling from Florida.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I said, okay. And he said, did you used to work at this restaurant? I said, yeah, I was the general manager there. He said, yeah, you hired me as a bartender. I mean, how much small world does it get, right?
Yeah.
So at this point, he's really cool. He doesn't try to hard sell me. He gives me a ballpark, and it's actually, the ballpark he gave me was lower than the pods.
Wow.
So I said, okay.
Full service moving.
So I said, okay, let's jump on the Zoom.
Pays to know people.
Yeah.
Right.
So we do a Zoom call, and he goes through and he takes inventory of everything in my house. Lamps.
Wow.
Right. Furniture, TVs.
So you got the phone on.
Yep.
Basically,
it's just a standard FaceTime style call. Huh. And in the end, he gives me the estimate, and it was, so the estimate for the moving without them packing. So they offer different services. So they'll come into your house and they will pack everything for you.
Right. But it's cheaper if you do it.
It's cheaper if you do it. And knowing my wife, I was like, she's not going to want anybody packing her stuff.
Sure.
So all in all, to do the full service movers where they're going to come in, still load up the truck and unload the truck, drive the truck, everything else, it was under $8,000.
That's not bad.
It's not. I was expecting
going down to Georgia. No, that's
I was
not bad
expecting well over $10,000.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, because we have 2 cars and like I said, 3 kids, we didn't want to have a caravan going down with 2 cars. So I got quotes on shipping my car too, which was also very reasonable. Where they'll just come and pick up your car. That was $1,200 to move my car.
Okay.
So in the end, the full service movers is what we went with, and that's for us was the best option, especially moving across the country. But I can see any of these options being great options for people in different situations.
100%. Yeah. Well, that was my point. So if you're going that far down the coast, I mean, and I'm not holding you to this, what do you think ballpark for someone to say I'm moving from Selkirk to Saratoga?
For a full service mover?
For a full service mover.
Yeah, so I don't have this quote, but ballpark, I think probably be a few $1,000.
A few $1,000. So not crazy. Not
right.
crazy. I
Yeah,
mean,
but it all depends on how much stuff you got.
And it depends on what you got. Right. I mean, because you're...
So for us, we are getting the full truck, which is a big truck.
Yeah.
But if you have a smaller house, you might only need half a truck.
Right.
And it'd be much cheaper.
Okay. Well, listen, good info. We got another quick sponsor break. We're going to wrap this thing up and talk about the don'ts, what you don't want to do when you're moving, right after the break.
To schedule an appointment with John Bevilacqua to help you buy or sell your home, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. John will be right back with more of the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show here on Magic 100.5 and AM 590.
Buying or selling the place you call home can be stressful. When you have questions, you don't want to wait for answers. Well, for 20 years, Kim Salerno and her team at Salerno Law have built a solid reputation with buyers, sellers, and real estate agents as fast, respectful communicators. They know Salerno Law will protect their rights and respond quickly when a question arises. Trust Salerno Law. Call 518-309-3404 and check out their 5-star reviews at SalernoLawNY.com.
Finding the right mortgage can be stressful. What's really the best rate? Which term makes sense? Hi, I'm Ben Forcucci at Freedom One Funding in Latham. We work with 10 different lenders who provide 100 different mortgage products. I'll listen to what your needs are, and then I'll do the work to find the right option for your particular situation. We have special expertise in helping first-time home buyers. So eliminate the stress and call me today at 542-LOAN. I'm Ben Forcucci from Freedom One Funding, and I'll do the shopping for you. Call 542-LOAN.
Hi, I'm Matt Moore from Moore Insurance Services in Clifton Park. Let me take the stress out of quoting your home and auto insurance. We represent over 10 companies, which allows us to find the best coverage at the best prices. We've been helping families in the Capital District save money on their insurance for over 10 years. You can count on a quick turnaround as well as great communication every time. Give me a call at 518-280-1452 or go online to moreinsurancesvc.com and experience the difference. That's moreinsurancesvc.com.
If you're buying or selling your home and would like to schedule an appointment with John, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. Now back to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show and your host, John Bevilacqua.
Okay, guys, we are back trying to wrap up the show. The topic today, I'm sitting here with Dave Mackenzie. We're talking about moving, like the joys of moving. That's the name of this episode, even though there's really no joy in moving because it's expensive. It's stressful.
Yeah, it is.
You know, you got to lift boxes. You're sore the next day. You get to your new house and like you're completely whooped. And then you're like, scrounging around trying to find plates and forks. And
so that's a good point.
Okay,
one more quick Casey Mackenzie brilliant move is she has one box.
Okay.
Right.
Marked essentials, which will be the first box we put in the house. That's going to have that stuff: paper plates, cups, shampoo, soap, towels, toothpaste, toothbrushes. So that when you're living amongst a sea of boxes, you have one. Like, okay, this is the one. Right. Order a pizza. We have plates to get off of. And taking a shower, we have what we need.
Have a shower.
Great idea.
Have your mattress handy. It might not be in the bed frame, but at least it'll be handy. Listen, quickly, I want to talk about the don'ts. Number one, don't procrastinate. If you're going to do this, don't wait till the last minute to pack. Don't wait till the last minute to call pods. Don't wait till the last minute to do any of this stuff because you guys are going to pay the price. That's how things get broken, lost, left behind. And, hey, that's the one thing you don't want to do when you're moving across country or even across town. Don't overlook your budget. Make sure you don't miss the small expenses. Find deals on Facebook Marketplace on boxes, wraps, blankets, hand trucks, factoring gas, moving your car, the whole nine. Don't forget to measure, right? The new house, that's key.
That's right. You don't want to move a couch down and realize it doesn't fit.
It doesn't fit, right? Now you're moving junk again, right? So that's what we're talking about.
You're right.
Don't pack important documents. Keep all that stuff handy, right? The essentials box. Don't overlook your kids and your pets. You got to factor what they need and what's essential to them as well. And don't forget to change your address. So make sure your moving days plan in advance. Wow, that show went quick as usual.
Never fails.
David, I'm hoping this isn't the last show. We're going to squeeze you in for one more before you leave. And next week, we got Mike DeMasi from the Albany Business Review coming on. We're going to talk about this new soccer stadium in downtown Albany, right on the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Real Estate Radio Talk Show.
Love you guys.
The Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show is presented by Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, the property shop. Join broker and founder John Bevilacqua every Saturday morning at 8:30 to hear about the latest real estate trends here in the capital region, where to find the best mortgage rates, home insurance, home warranties, and more. To speak to John about buying or selling your home, call now to schedule an appointment. 518-957-SOLD. That's 518-957-7653. Or go to JohnnyHasTheBuyers.com. That's JohnnyHasTheBuyers.com.